Camp Good Mourning is a place for kids to come and experience the loss of their loved ones with other kids their age that, they generally don't get at home.
For a lot of these kids, this camp is the first time that they've been in a group setting with peers that have had similar loss experiences.
In their day-to-day activities, they don't necessarily encounter many children that have lost somebody significant in their life, be it a parent, as was their case, or a sibling, or a grandparent, or friend.
You think about this loss happened in their life, but for a lot of these kids, their peers aren't experiencing that. Certainly maybe not to the same level or at the same time. And so when they sit in a group and are at a team time and they're in a circle with other kids and they've all had a loss experience, you can just sort of see the light bulb going off in their brains. I'm not the only one that doesn't have a mom or a dad or whose brother or sister has died. And there's a peer of mine, and they also have a significant loss experience. And so that part, that change, that being in that setting is something that Camp Good Mourning does that a lot of these kids don't have in any other place in their life.
She learned to open up more about her feelings. She was able to be more comfortable talking to people about it. Before, she would keep it all inside. Meeting other kids that were actually going through the same thing and were feeling the same feelings helped her tremendously to realize she's not alone. Having the buddy system at camp taught her how to be more communicative with her feelings.
A buddy is kind of like a counselor in other camps, is what they would call them. They are paired with a camper. It's a one-on-one pairing, and they basically stay with that camper the entire weekend. They become their support system. They're with them at all times to make sure that the child is coping okay. They share their own grief stories. They really become the role models for the campers.
Every kid that I've worked with over the many years has left camp with more tools than they entered camp. And I just couldn't believe the experience that everybody had. What a changing experience. And so here we are, and it's the highlight of my summer. Such a cool experience to be part of this camp.
It gives the kids a sense of strength and courage and being able to get all of their emotions out that they're trying to deal with, because as a child they don't know how to deal with them. When they're extremely sad and lonely and depressed, they don't know what they can do. They don't know that they have tools and people to help them to get through that.
Getting to know people who actually have gone through similar things, so that when you talk to them, they know what you're going through and not just trying to imagine it.
And for them to see that grief is common everywhere. I think a lot of times you feel like you're the only one that's going through this, and so for them to be able to say, yeah, I made this friend, and this person's parent died, or this person's brother died, and this is how they handled it, and these are some things we talked about. In that way, it opened communication. You can be grieving when you're doing something fun, when you're celebrating the life of the person that you loved by playing a game or talking about memories or, enjoying a meal. Be playing and have your loved one in your heart. You can be climbing a wall and thinking, hey, I'm scared of heights and my dad was scared of heights, but I'm gonna do this because, we can make this happen.
My favorite part was going on the climbing wall because I'm scared of heights, so I was able to conquer my fear.
There's high ropes, archery, canoeing, swimming, gaga, then there's all the crafts and stuff.
Camp Good Mourning, it's great for processing at different ages, because my oldest was 5 his first year of camp, and he's 13 this year. And at different ages you process grief differently, and so repeated camp experiences I think have opened up opportunities for him to kind of explore his grief in a deeper manner. Maybe there was just a lot of anger to start with, or, sadness. So I think the benefits of camp are great, no matter the age of the camper or the volunteer.
But you put them in a room with other kids, and they've all had a loss experience. And sooner or later, something breaks through for the kiddo. And so maybe it's the music therapy, maybe it's the group time, the team time, maybe it's time in the cabin talking with just a counselor one-on-one or something. But every kiddo leaves this camp with some additional tools to process the loss. A lot of families tell us, later, it was just easier to talk about.
A child that has lost somebody that they love needs to get back to that place of being happy and healthy. And this is a great tool that we can give our children to get back to that place. It's hard sometimes because we don't know what our child is feeling with the loss of a loved one. We might experience it much different than they are. So this is a good place to send them and make sure that everything's going okay for them.